All right. Make sure that you're introducing yourselves. I'm just going to look through the comments. So Desi introduced herself. Thank you. Hey, Vanessa, I haven't seen you in a while, sweetheart. Yes. Okay, good. So we're in here, right? So let's get started. Today is going to be about my favorite apps. I'm going to tell you what this is not going to be. I have one full course on before you even jump into selecting software. It's called Simple Software Selection. What you need to do before you even start doing that. Because as small business owners, we still need to operate in certain spaces like larger businesses where we can't just throw our money at software because someone in a group said that it's the best one or it's not the best one for their business, right? There's certain steps and procedures that you should follow. So I have a course on that. I also have a longer course on how to select your software based on being a new business. So I give you the top 10, and we're going to talk about some of those today. And I actually have a course where I go over each one and tell you 3 different solutions. Just to give you a little bit about my background, I did this for corporations. So that means at the business I was at before, they would say we need a new marketing tool or a new CRM. You guys know what CRM is, right? And I would talk to everyone in the department, people outside of the department, get their requirements, go out and contact tons of businesses, figure out what the best solution is, bring them back for a demo, help negotiate the contract, then implement it, then train them. That was my position, right? Let's come on now, webinar. My camera, which I love, this is my favorite camera ever. There you go. It's on autofocus, so sometimes I get blurry. But that's what I did. I did that for about 8 years. And before that, I was picking software and training and doing all this stuff. So I have a lot of experience in selecting software, negotiating software, picking the right software for the right person. So I'm going to tell you what works for my business, right? And I'm going to tell you why I like this. If you really want to dive deeper and really go through some steps to figure out your software, I would suggest the pin post is a bundle for both of those courses that I just talked about. But let's get started to the nitty gritty stuff. So the first one I'm going to talk about, and actually this is easy because I'm on it now, is my favorite for webinars and actually for live streams also is Webinar Jam. The reason I say that's my favorite, and I'm going to put the link below because I do have a coupon for you guys. Jam 1. You could try it for 60 days for like $1. And as long as that special is still going, you should be able to do that. And actually, is that the right? Let me make sure I did the right one. Yep. So the reason why I like it is because it automates your email. So even if you have MailChimp or ActiveCampaign or Entreport or whatever, if I just want to set up a webinar, it already has like a template for your landing page. You don't have to buy lead pages or anything else, right? It has the emails already pre-written in there. Excuse me. And then you can go ahead and just fill them out. So a day before the webinar, 48 hours, 24 hours, 15 minutes, and then you can easily add other ones. Also, the follow-up emails. It has the follow-up emails that is sent out to your tribe, right? Reminding them. You could set a date saying after, you can watch the replay for 48 hours. What else can you do? And you guys can ask me questions. Let me just make sure that it's going in the right order. Yeah. So you guys can ask me questions below about each of the software. Another thing that I like is after I set up one, I can clone it. And so the only thing I need to do is change the image, change the words, and change the date, right? Or I can do multiple series of the same thing. One of my favorite things, and if you're in the Pink Boss Academy, we went over this, is I can look at my analytics. So I can track who showed up, if they stayed the whole time, if they left at a particular time, if they clicked the link, if they purchased, and then after I can see my percentages. So this is how many people landed on my landing page, right? To go to my webinar. This is how many people signed up. This is how many people showed up. This is how many people stayed the entire time. And you could send email triggers for each of those stages based on, hey, I know you signed up, but you didn't show up. So here's the replay. Or you can, and this is depending on how, intricate you want to get, or you can say, hey, I know you left halfway through the webinar. Don't forget to watch the replay. And I also, here's the special offer, right? And then once you sell, there's some code that you put on there on your site where you can see if people are actually purchasing. If you know me, you know I'm all about analytics and numbers. So I want to see exactly which webinars bring the most traffic, which bring the most sales, which things people like, when are they dropping off of your webinar. So I love webinar 1 for that. The second part of webinar that I love, and the reason why I love it is because of this right now, is I can set up a live stream. And in my live stream, I don't know if I can share my desktop. No, it's going to change the view. So I have one view, which I can just see myself, and it's easier for me to just talk to myself. I'm also connected to Facebook chat, so I can see you guys and see what you see. And then I see the little delay, and there's a little window there. So I do like that, one, just because it's easy for me, but 2, when I'm done, I can download it, and I can also, I could download it and upload it to YouTube or whatever else. But basically, it just does everything I need to do, and I could switch between myself and my screen. And I believe that was like $5 extra per month. But again, the reason why I like Webinar Jam, 1, it's cheaper than Zoom. If you actually look at the pricing and what you have to pay per month, it's actually cheaper. And then all the features that I just mentioned. If you have questions, let me know. Let me know if you can still hear me and still see me. Give me some hearts or something. I'm just trying to see, make sure that you guys are, okay, so love it. I see that. I see people introducing themselves. I see my neighbor walking. Hold on. Okay, good. So let's go to number 2. Number 2 is website hosting. And so I used to love Fat Cow. That was like the bomb. It was so easy. But because my website kept on going down for several reasons, there's different reasons, and I would have to upgrade and they didn't fix it and all that. Their customer service was like horrible. So I'm no longer, if you've heard me mention that a lot, I'm no longer using them. My favorite, my number 1 favorite is actually HostGator. HostGator for the customer support. You'll notice that one of my big features in selecting software is customer support, because I don't care how easy it is to use. When it breaks, if you can't help me, then I don't want it. Or if I have to wait for 24 hours for you to respond to an email and tell me you didn't understand what the problem is, then I don't want it. So HostGator, my uptime is like, my website's always up. I haven't had any of the database issues because I have a lot of different websites, right? I have websites, and I'm not talking about URLs. I'm talking about actually hosting. So where your website lives, the address, like where you're putting everything. Their pricing is pretty good. Their just their customer service, my uptime, all of those things. And because I can kind of navigate. Now, one thing I don't like is that it's not easy to understand where you are in there, because they use very technical terms. One thing I did love before about Fat Cow is because you can easily, I can do a whole course and people knew exactly what to do. And I noticed this last time, another course that's in the Pink Boss Academy, I have a course on how to set up your website. And I noticed that it was a little trickier for people, but in general, if you call them and just ask them to do things, they're gonna do it for you. So that's HostGator. And let me just give you guys, I told myself I'm gonna give you guys links. So let me copy the hyperlink. So HostGator, there you go, is my second one. Now, stock images, there's a couple of different ones. One is called Create Her. I'm actually talking to her. We've been trying to talk for the last couple months. It doesn't have a big selection, so that's my only caveat. So that's why it's not my favorite, but go check that out. But my favorite is Envato Elements. And I found that this year, not just because it has stock images, but it has templates for everything. So I'm gonna leave the link here. And I think I have so Envato Elements, it has templates for your website. It has stock images, unlimited. I think it's $29 a month. It has graphic design tools. It has courses. You can use this thing called AndCo, A-N-D, I think it's AndCo directly, but you'll see when you're on there, you could use that software for processing, for invoices, and actually all comes free. It's like an all-in-one, but what I love the most there is the photos and the stock images. A lot of my stock images come from there. I wasn't sharing that with people because I've been searching years. I have years of Adobe stock and Pixabay and everywhere. Every time I find an African-American or any woman of color, I purchase and download that stock images, and I have hundreds of stock images that I've saved. But they have a good selection for people of color, different nationalities, I think they also have, they just have a big variety of things. Okay, let me know that you guys can hear me. Let me see where you guys are. Make sure you're still with me. Still hear you. Okay. Is this information good? Let me know that it's good. Let me know that you like it, and I'll keep on going. Give me some hearts, some likes, something. Let me know that you're out there, because y'all really, really quiet right about now. There you go. Thank you for that. Okay. So the next one is, and you guys should know this. This is like it's no guess. So as far as graphic design, Canva's cool. And actually I have to do a course on Canva print. They send me some things, and I know I keep on telling you guys that I'll create the course. I have to check out Canva print, but PicMonkey has print too. So my number one tool, one of my number one tools that I've been using for years is PicMonkey. I can do most of the things that I need with PicMonkey. I'm not going to go into that too much because I did do a PicMonkey live stream in here a couple days ago. No, actually I did it on I think I did it on my main page. So anyway, so PicMonkey, enough said. It's just graphic design, but that's like a graphics tool, but you can't remove backgrounds really easily. Some of the tips or some of the features that you need in Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator are not there. And you can kind of fake the funk on most things, but there's some things that you can't. So I'm going to give you another one, and let me just make sure. This is called paint.net, but do not go to paint.net. I don't want anybody coming back to the comments saying, I went to paint.net and it wasn't there, because that's what happens on my YouTube channel. I have a video on this. Paint.net is like a super duper free version of some of the features that you can get in Adobe Photoshop. So you can click a button and remove the background. I have a video on that. I'm not heading over there, but if you want to find it on YouTube, you can just search for Socially Nina paint.net. Just search there in YouTube, and then you'll find it. So if you want to do something a little bit more than PicMonkey, you can use paint.net. Okay. E-signing, and actually I'm gonna skip that because I found out one of my other fave apps, and actually I'll give you this one. HelloSign is a good, and let me get the link. HelloSign is super duper cheap, and I think you get free ones. You get free signatures every month. I think it's up to 5, but I did find an alternative tool that gives you a lot more. I checked it out a while ago, but they just changed some things, and they have a special right now. So after I check it out and confirm that it's exactly what I think I need, I'll share that with you guys probably in a separate video. Okay, next thing, we're gonna skip that. We're gonna skip that. Now, social media, there's a couple of different things, and usually I told you I'm gonna tell you my number one favorite. I'm gonna tell you 2 because I actually do use both of these for two different things, and I suggest, depending on where your business is, that you suggest one of these. Promo Republic. So Promo Republic, and we're not going over all of them, but for social media, I don't like Hootsuite. I did the whole certificate a while ago. I've tried it. I tried them every 6 months or 7 months ago to see if they fix some things I don't like. For me, when I have to manage a lot of accounts and I look at reporting and analytics, Hootsuite just isn't there for me. It's not user-friendly. It doesn't give what I want. I'm not going to pay extra and still not give what I want. So there's 2 things. So Promo Republic, this one, and I have a video on YouTube on this. I like them because they tell you all of the holidays, even like Friendship Day, Grandparents' Day, and they already have graphics made up for you. You literally just double click and change your text, change your color. It's kind of like Canva inside of the program. And basically what you do is you just point and click and share it. And they give you all of these ideas, not only for holidays, but also for tons of other like ideas. So depending on where your business is, they'll give you different articles, images, things like that. So if you're one of those lazy posters, or you're not really into social media, but you know you need it for your business, that's where I would go, because they give you everything there. You just point and click and make it happen. Here's the trick. It's free as long as every 5 days you like retweet them or whatever it is. I can't see it because I have the upgraded account, but if you retweet them or share their company like every 5 days, it continues to be free. If you want to pay for it, I forgot how much it is, but it's not a lot. But for anyone who's like, I don't have a lot of time. I just want to do this. I don't want to spend my time in social media stuff. And I just want to get it out there so I have something on my page. Start with Promo Republic and you'll see what I mean. To me, it's a lot better than Hootsuite. If you're really serious about it, and this is something I've been using off and on for 4 years now, but when I have clients, I use it. And anyone who's part of my TREP 365 program, if you're part of my TREP 365 program, put in hashtag TREP 365. Okay, so TREP 365, they all get access to this. So Social Report, is my absolute favorite of all times. The reason why is I can see analytics on absolutely everything. So, and it might say Post Hub because I think I sent a link to one of my, I have it white labeled, but basically I can see how many people clicked my bit link, how old they are, what country they're in, all of that kind of stuff. I can send people different places. I can see if my posts actually help people get to my website. I can do it in different categories. I can do different projects. I can edit images in there. I can just everything. I can find different things. I can do RSS feeds, tons of stuff. If you guys want a course on that, let me know, okay? So that is Social Report. That's like my #1 favorite social media marketing tool. Let me just scroll up and see. Yeah, I see Patty's here. There's a couple of TREP 365 people in here. That was an invitation only program, and I love my peeps in there. Okay. How are you guys feeling so far? Are there any of these so far that are new to you? Let me know which ones are new to you. Are there any ones that you specifically are going to try? I'm going to keep on going, but I'm hitting 30 minutes, so I'm going to go pretty quickly from here on. But let me know if there's anything that was new to you. Let me know which applications that were new to you, and if there are any that you're going to try. So let me know which applications you're going to try. Let me get my trusty little iPhone here. Was anything new to you? Is it anything that you're going to try? Can you co-sign on any of them? If there's anything that you are using, Social Report is not just an analytical tool, sweetheart. I've been using it for 4 years for my clients that I was doing social media management for. So if you think it's just an analytical tool, then you're going to want to look into it a little bit more and actually look at the posting. So when you have a social media agency, what you want to do is you have to group things so you can see if your campaigns work. And so if you know how to group your posts, and you know how to do your evergreen posts and you know how to do RSS feeds, it saves you a ton of time and allows you to actually work with tons of clients. So if you take that and apply it just for yourself, then it actually saves you a lot of time. So it's not just a analytical tool. That actually it's called Social Report because you can get reports on everything from YouTube to everything, all of your analytics. But in order to do that, you can take that and take action on it and use that information to create your campaign. So take a look at it again. All right, so next thing, let's scroll down. Active campaign. So I do a couple of, and I should be putting this auto responder tool. Okay, so a lot of people call MailChimp CRMs, or they call all these things CRMs. They're not CRMs because you're not actually dealing with your customer relations, right? That's what a CRM is. They're actually just autoresponders. So MailChimp is an autoresponder. ActiveCampaign is an autoresponder. However, they've added CRM capabilities that I don't like, so I don't use it. But ActiveCampaign is one of my all-time favorites. I've left them like twice and then went back. So for me, what I'm using right now is ActiveCampaign. The reason I like it is, one, there's templates in there that you can choose. Since I have clients and people who I work with, if I create, like, say, a challenge, which I've done, I actually can place that into my clients' accounts. So they have to just change their information. So I can also share it. I can share it with all of you guys right now. If I create like a autoresponder or a funnel or anything like that, you can easily share it. It's click and drop. It's drag and drop. You could click, double click, Add tags, which is my favorite. I'm very, very organized when it comes to tags and understanding who my people are. So I actually can see, okay, this person opened day 1 of the challenge, but not day 3. So I can send them a different email, right? Another reason why I like Active Campaign, it's super duper cheap. There's 2 different levels that you can choose. For most of you guys, it's the first level. You don't need the one with the CRM until you get into CRM. And if you have a CRM, keep it. I don't think that one's the best, right? So Active Campaign is my absolute favorite. I can talk about that for hours because Desi asked for it. I will be doing a training on that, probably in the Pink Boss Academy. Okay, let's skip some of these. Stripe, everybody knows about Stripe, Stripe over PayPal. I'm not going to go into that discussion. LastPass for security and keeping your passwords. Okay, let's pick some of these. So one of my breakout, like you can use this for almost anything that people don't know about it, I'm just so surprised, is called Airtable. Airtables you can use for task management, for project management, for processes, for CRMs, you can use it for autoresponders, you can use it for communication with your clients. If nothing else, y'all, go ahead and click on that Airtable because Airtable is actually free. Now I upgraded because there's certain features that I want, but you can take intake forms, you can do surveys, you can do different views, you can do communication, you can chat with your team. They have a cute little commercial with the little kids that are directing a film. But Airtables is the #1. If nothing else, click on that. It's free. Use that. If you want me to do a course on that, I need you to come back and let me know. But Airtables, I absolutely love it. Okay. I'm trying to pick out which ones that you guys probably want to know about. Compass. You guys probably don't know about Compass, and I kind of ignore this. I get updates in I don't even know how I found this. I get updates. I think it's weekly, and it tells me like my audience, how my audience grew. It tells me how much money I made, if it's up or down. It's basically analytics and reporting, but it's like Sumall. If you guys are using Sumall, it's kind of like that. But it just sends me emails. I do nothing. I connected everything. It just sends me email. Now I have solutions to monitor all of that, but it just gives me an email update. I use the free version. I haven't upgraded into anything else, but just to get a snapshot of your analytics for your company, it's super duper good. So you can see your marketing efforts versus your money coming in. One thing people sleep on, and so I did say Airtable for forms. The only thing about Airtable with forms is you can't really customize it unless you upgrade it. So for forms, my favorite is actually going to be, why is my link so long? I think this is a specific form or something. So excuse the link. Oh, it did go to it. Okay. So Google Forms is easy. You set up a form in a Google spreadsheet and you could do your surveys there. I used to like Typeform, but Google Forms gives me more freedom. And I have all of the data and it automatically goes to a folder. So you can use Google Forms for that. Let me know if you want me to do a course on that. OneNote, oh my goodness, since college, I've been using this. So I know a lot of people use Evernote. I've always hated Evernote, but OneNote, free from Microsoft. The link is there. I have a course on that in Pink Boss Academy. One of my favorite tools ever. We talked about this the other day with Adria, is VCita. So, okay. A lot of people use scheduling tools like Calendly, BookMe, and all of that kind of stuff. I am a person who lives by my calendar. If you've ever tried to talk to me, call me, work with me, do anything, the first thing I say is, yep, let's put it on the calendar, right? And so because I travel and I have clients and I do things for you, even my live streams, I've started putting in VCita. And I connect to, like, I have to log into 4 different email addresses. One is for a company that I'm a consultant for. One, well, it doesn't matter. I have 4 different emails, right, that I have to log into, but I have all of my calendars actually connected and synced with VCita. I love VCita. I've left it because I'm like, I don't want to pay, what is it, like $14 a month, $30? I think I got an annual, but I was like, I don't want to pay that when they have these free things. But let me tell you why I like VCita. One, people schedule. I can approve or deny the schedule, right? I can also respond to them and say, hey, I'm not available during that time. And I can have them select up to 3 different time slots they want to choose from, or I can suggest 3 different time slots. I can communicate. There's a little inbox there where you can communicate with your clients. You can send invoices out. Now you can send out quotes through there. They're coming with recurring payments. It connects through Stripe. I think PayPal too, but I use Stripe. But you can send invoices. And if you look now, I'm just going to, on my, if you go to Socially Nina, and actually I'm not going to show it, sociallynina.com/book me, I have ways to book me. They can pay for their sessions with me before they start. There's also an invoicing area where I can tell someone if they're supposed to leave a deposit or anything, they can go and just type in the amount they want to send me. And then I think there's some other thing of contact me. I can use this as a business card. I can just tell them, go to that site. That's how they contact me. My contact information's on there. Schedule time with me, send me money. Everything's in there. If you want to take it a step further, you can also upload documents, have a little workspace. I can do different types. I can say I'm meeting in person versus online. I have all the information. You could do campaigns, email campaigns. I sent one out last week just to try it. And I did get some bookings from that and payments from my little sale. And it was seamless. I don't really use that much because I need a lot more analytics, but VC to hands down is worth the money. Go ahead and click. I think my link it might give you a 14-day trial. Let me know if it doesn't, and I'll give you another one. Again, if you want a training on that, one of the things I would have to do is get a sandbox, and I'll do a training on that if you guys want. We're going to skip this. If you're looking for printing for your cards, I get a lot of, let me just look at the comments. I get a lot of questions about where I printed my cards. Let me see if I have a card here. I do. So this is my old card. I printed a bunch of them, but the quality is just really good. And someone always comes back to me and asks, here, let's see. Okay, about my cards. And I use MooPrints. They have deals on there, so make sure and search for the deal. MooPrints is good. There's a couple other ones. I haven't tried them yet, but I've gotten samples. Once I try them, I'll let you know. Canva Print is coming out as well. Since I'm wrapping up, I'm just going to give you a couple more. Grammarly, I love Grammarly. It checks your grammar online, although I type so fast and I just hit send that sometimes I just ignore it. But not only does it check your grammar online, you can get you get it for your email, like just different things, but it gives you a weekly report to see which words that you usually mess up on and, all these things. But in line, when you're like typing a post, it will underline it with a red squiggly line saying it's misspelled, or green if you need to add a comma or you're using the wrong there, which everyone online apparently does. And then, why? That's not the link that I meant to post. There's one other thing. So I said, Sway. Sway is also another app that's free. I have a course on that. Sway is for presentation. So I know a lot of people use Prezi. Be very careful. This was a big thing in corporate America where a couple of people started using Prezi, but in some people, the movement of Prezi makes them dizzy or gives them headaches. And then there was something else. I think if you had some kind of medical condition. So there were people that could not watch Prezi, Prezi presentations. They're really, really nice. And it's a lot of graphics and movement, but at the same time, when you're in a business, it's not about being cute. It's about getting your information across. Sway can be used for newsletters, for report updates, for portfolios, for presentations, for your webinars, and they're online. So if I do one and then say I get an opportunity to speak, I can actually pull it up on my phone or anyone's computer and just pull up a presentation I've already done. So make sure that you are checking out Sway. You can print it, you can import your PowerPoints, you can add GIFs, videos, reports, Excel spreadsheets, everything to that. All right, you guys, I tried to keep this under 20 minutes. It is 12:39, so I'm going to do a little bit of Q&A, and then I'm going to wrap it up. As a reminder, these are just a list of a few of the items that are my faves from this list that I do. But in the course, I give you the top 10 apps that all business owners need. And then I give you different options. Some of them are free options. Some of them are premium. Some of them are my favorites, but I like to give you at least 3, if not 4 for each one. The 4th one is usually a Microsoft based alternative to it, because I train a lot on Microsoft, and a lot of these are available on Microsoft Office. So let me open it up for questions. If you want to join in and jump in the seat because I'm using Webinar Jam, I can do that. Let me know, and then I'm going to look through the comments. Let me know if anything surprised you, if anything is new to you, if you actually love